Welcome to this episode of the Ceven Law podcast, Episode 3, Investing in Europe and Succeeding in France. Today, we will address a central topic in international economic relations: foreign investments in France and Europe in a changing international economic and legal context. In this podcast, Ceven Law approaches the issue of foreign investment in France and Europe from a particular perspective: law and legal certainty. Before we begin, a few words about Ceven Law. We are a law firm based in Paris, France, with 2 correspondent offices in Vietnam and Belgium. We specialize in business law, tax law, immigration and nationality law, as well as international business law. We assist companies, investors, and individuals in their international projects, leveraging our legal experience and strategic advice. We also offer professional legal training certified Qualiopi to ensure the quality of our programs. In a transforming international economic environment, investment decisions are not solely based on economic or financial considerations. They are also influenced by the legal frameworks within which these investments are made. To better understand these issues, we will successively address several legal and economic dimensions of foreign investments. We will start by discussing the changing international economic and legal context in which investment strategies are currently developed. We will then examine France's strategic position within Europe, before addressing the European legal framework for investments. We will also look at the French economic security framework, as well as the strategic sectors shaping certain industrial dynamics. Finally, we will discuss the legal structuring of investments and the fiscal and social environment, which are essential legal elements for the implementation of international investment projects. 1. Changing international economic and legal context. To begin, it is important to place foreign investments in their international context. Global economic dynamics are currently undergoing a profound transformation, affecting not only economic balances but also the legal frameworks governing international investments. Trade tensions between major powers, changes in tariff policies, fluctuations in energy markets, and the restructuring of supply chains are leading many companies to rethink their location strategies. At the same time, states and regional organizations are adapting their legal systems to balance economic openness, investment security, and the protection of certain strategic interests. In this context, legal certainty becomes a decisive factor in investment decisions. Companies seek environments that offer access to large markets, institutional stability, a predictable regulatory framework. The European Union precisely aligns with this logic. Based on an integrated internal market and structured legal principles, it is today one of the main destinations for international investments. After presenting this international context, let us now look more closely at France's role within the European economic space. 2. France, a strategic position in Europe. Within the European Union, France occupies a strategic position. It lies at the heart of a market of more than 450 million consumers and has highly developed logistical, industrial, and technological infrastructures. For several years, France has ranked among the top European destinations for foreign investment projects. These results reflect both the importance of the French market and the stability of its institutional and legal framework. For many international investors, France serves as an entry point to the European market, enabling industrial, technological, or commercial activities before expanding to other member states. After discussing France's strategic position, let us now examine the European legal framework for investments. 3. The European legal framework for investments. Investments in Europe fall within the internal market of the European Union. 2 legal principles play a key role: freedom of establishment, free movement of capital. These principles allow companies to invest and develop activities across member states in a relatively integrated economic environment. However, market openness is accompanied by mechanisms aimed at enhancing transparency and investment security. European Regulation 2019-452 established a framework for cooperation among member states to review certain foreign investments in strategic sectors. This regulation does not challenge market openness. Rather, it aims to strengthen predictability and confidence in the European investment environment. Beyond this common European framework, France has also implemented a national system to protect certain sensitive sectors. 4. The French system, economic security framework. Under French law, certain operations by foreign investors may be subject to prior review when they concern sectors considered sensitive. This applies particularly to activities related to defense, energy, critical infrastructure, electricity networks, transport infrastructure, ports, or certain strategic digital infrastructures, strategic technologies, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, semiconductors, or space technologies, natural resources, including the extraction of essential raw materials. The purpose of this mechanism is to ensure economic security and the continuity of essential infrastructures. For international investors, this framework also clarifies the conditions under which projects may be carried out and provides better legal visibility. In many cases, these procedures involve dialogue between public authorities and investors. International investors also pay particular attention to social contributions. In France, employer social contributions may appear relatively high compared to other European countries. However, this should be nuanced. These contributions fund a comprehensive social protection system, including health insurance, pensions, and other social safety mechanisms. Additionally, several measures have been implemented in recent years to reduce labor costs, particularly in the context of innovation and investment policies. 5. Strategic sectors and industrial dynamics. Several sectors play a central role in today's global economy, including oil and gas, fertilizers and agricultural inputs, energy infrastructure, nuclear energy, rare materials and critical raw materials, reindustrialization. These sectors are essential for energy security and the stability of industrial supply chains. In these areas, foreign investments may involve legal measures to ensure project security and transparency while offering significant economic opportunities. The development of these industries requires complete industrial ecosystems, including equipment, specialized technologies, logistics infrastructure, and engineering services. Industrial investments can thus generate numerous economic activities within the local industrial fabric. 6. Legal structuring of investments. In practice, foreign investments in Europe often rely on complex legal structures. Some companies organize their financial structures at the European level, for fiscal or organizational reasons. However, operational activities, industrial, technological, or commercial, are generally located in economies with strong industrial bases and direct market access. For international investors, the presence or absence of a permanent establishment is a key factor in fiscal structuring. From this perspective, France can serve as a strategic base for developing real economic activities. Several legal structures may be considered. Creating a subsidiary, often as a SAS or SARL, opening a branch, or acquiring an existing French company. A prior legal analysis helps determine the most suitable structure to secure the investment. Finally, in projects involving multiple international partners, a shareholders' agreement is an essential legal tool. 7. Fiscal and social environment. Taxation is also a critical element in structuring international investments. In France, companies are mainly subject to corporate income tax, with the standard rate currently set at 25%. By comparison, tax rates generally range from 20% to 29% in countries such as Spain, Italy, Germany, or Belgium, while some countries, such as Ireland, apply a lower rate of around 12.5%. However, fiscal analysis cannot be limited to the tax rate alone. Investors must also consider the entire fiscal environment, including international tax treaties to avoid double taxation. Additional obligations may include value-added tax, VAT, certain local contributions, social and fiscal obligations related to the activity. In practice, international groups often adopt a combined organization. European tax structuring, operational presence in key European market economies. Conclusion. Foreign investment in France and Europe today relies on a balance between economic openness, legal certainty, and appropriate fiscal structuring. In a changing international environment, the success of an investment project largely depends on a company's ability to articulate economic strategy and legal analysis. France, through its strategic position and solid legal framework, can serve as a sustainable base for the development of economic activities within the European market. Thank you for listening. We look forward to welcoming you in our next episode of the Ceven Law podcast. You can find the Axis AU Droit podcast on audio platforms, on YouTube, or on our website, www.cevenlaw.com. This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute personalized legal advice and cannot replace an individual consultation. All intellectual property rights reserved.